Hi, my name's Stephen, and today we're looking at Luke chapter 7, or just the first few verses of it, the story of the centurion seeking Jesus for the healing of his servant. And yesterday I did the devotion on Jesus choosing his disciples, and we really picked up on the fact that Jesus began with prayer, sought out the Father for wisdom and for guidance. So today I want to look at the subject of prayer again, but from this story of the centurion, particularly how the centurion makes his request of Jesus. Just picking up on 4 quick points about how we maybe can be approaching Jesus with the requests that we have. And so let's look at the first one. The first one is that this centurion cared about others. Now, I know in my prayer life, often I'm all consumed with myself. But we're not just to be those who pray about the things in our life. That's absolutely fine. Jesus cares about us, cares about our different needs as his dear children. But the Father in heaven also loves it when his children care about others too. And so this centurion, he comes to Jesus not with his own need, although I'm sure some of his need was wrapped up in it. Servants were valuable assets, I guess. But it said that he loved his servant. And the elders, the Jewish elders, who actually came on behalf of the centurion, they spoke about this centurion and said he loved the people, the Jewish people. And that's quite rare for a centurion, an officer in the army, to care about servants in such a way, and to care about people, kind of almost the enemy, the people he was occupying that territory at that time, to care for, help build their temple, that kind of thing. But they felt so loved that they would kind of seek out Jesus on his behalf. I mean, actually, this guy must have been a guy full of love and care. That's the way we're meant to be. We're meant to love and care for those around us. We've just come out of Jesus' teaching about praying for those who persecute us, but that's a good thing. But praying for all kinds of people and all kinds of needs. We're to be those who care like the centurion did. Make sure we give some of our time of prayer, whether it's in the morning or some point during the day, to praying for other people and their needs as well. This centurion, who was also humble, and he was, he could have quite easily been, I'm a centurion, I'm a Roman, I've got all kinds of status around me. And why would I seek out a Jewish peasant? But he does. You're not assuming himself as Jesus owed him anything, but says, Jesus, don't even bother coming to my house. I'm not even important enough to you to have you there. He had a real sense of the reverence of who Jesus was, of who God was. And we can sometimes be very pally with Jesus, and there is something around the Christian faith where we are friends with God, we are his children, we can approach him as such, but we need to be those who have reverence about the fact that God is still the God who is King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, reigning upon the throne. And we come requests, we're not coming with just our shopping list of something. He's not our genie where we rub the lamp and he just jumps to it in terms of our requests, but he's one who we respectfully and reverentially come to and just lay our requests, knowing that he loves and cares for us, but he also has the whole of the universe to work out, and not to come to him coming to him as if he owes us anything. And I think, in one sense, the centurion could have been like that. He could have been, well, I've built the Jewish temple, surely these teachers and miracle workers must come to my aid. But he's not like that with Jesus at all. He said, I'm not even worthy to have you under my roof. And then, but how does he get his request? Well, he's also, when he understands this third thing, he understands authority. He understands, as a man who has authority in the army and no doubt is under other authority, he understands how it works. And he understands that Jesus has all authority, and not just over people, but over sickness itself. And he knows that Jesus can say a word and it will be done. And so he sends his friends off. He said, don't even bother coming to my house. I've sent a request to you, but don't come to my house. You can just say it, and I know that it will be done. Maybe he's heard other stories of other healings that Jesus has done, but he has a measure of Jesus' amazing authority and power in this area. And the last thing is Jesus, it says, marveled at his great faith. Where does this centurion put his trust? He puts his trust fully in Jesus. He knows that the answer to his questions, the answer to his needs is Jesus. And I'm sure this centurion became a Christian, became a Christ follower. You think this to have exhibited such faith, such understanding of Jesus' authority, understanding of his humility in the face of Jesus' great reverence for his majesty. I'm sure this man must have become a Christian, which is a wonderful hope for all of us, that the faith in God didn't stay within Jewish people, but has now come to encompass those who are outside of it. Gentiles like you and me that we can know. So as you pray today, let me encourage you. Are you like the centurion? Are you loving others? Are you interceding on their behalf? Are you humbly coming before God? Understand that he is the Lord of all. Do you understand that he's the one who has all authority over every circumstance that you're facing right now? Whether that's sickness, whether that's your sin, he can forgive you. Whether that is financial issues, relational issues, he has authority to break into them. And we're to be those who ask God for this gift of faith, that we might have faith like the centurion, that Jesus might marvel at my faith. He might marvel at your faith. Be blessed as you pray, as you read your Bible today.